Elisabeth Kendall, let me bring you in here. The unspoken word, it seems to be here, or the unspoken name of the country is Iran. Clearly, the UAE are very worried about Iranian actions in the region. Does Socotra give them any sort of counterbalance?
Clearly, the UAE and other Gulf countries are concerned about Iran flexing its muscles in the region, about its inroads into Yemen. But I would see this more as a commercial and strategic agenda on the part of the UAE that has been predictable, really, for the past half a decade. UAE showed its interest in Socotra Island really right from the start of the war. And matters have come to a head on several occasions, perhaps most prominently in May 2018, when Yemeni government forces, supported by Saudi, battled UAE forces. But clearly this has been part of a strategy of the UAE for the Horn of Africa region for a while, and it's simply that this is now being completed via proxies, the Southern Transitional Council, and it was predictable for a long time. What it does is it gives the UAE a strategic outpost right at the mouth of that very important Gulf of Aden, which is the sea route through towards the Red Sea, through which much oil shipping goes, and it fits with its strategy in other countries around the region: Djibouti, Somalia, Eritrea. And of course, Socotra has its own value. It's a very beautiful island. It could be commercially exploitable. So I think we need to see this within a broader framework, not just that of countering Iran.
Bringing this idea of a Shia-Sunni conflict to an island like Socotra, which isn't really that religious, certainly not that Islamic. Is that a concern to you?
That's right. It is a concern to me. It's part of my broader concern, which is that somehow in all of this, the actual people of Socotra tend to get lost. What I'm really concerned about is what the Socotrans themselves actually want. Now, of course, the Southern Transitional Council says that they have huge support on Socotra, and indeed they do have some support on Socotra. But so does the Yemeni government. And so, frankly, does the old Sultanate of Mahra and Socotra. That too has support. So it would be good to ask the actual people what they want. I noticed that in the truce that was, well, short-lived, but negotiated last Wednesday on Socotra, it was really just between the coalition powers. It was between Saudi Arabia, or the Saudi-led coalition, the security forces, and the Southern Transitional Council forces. And that really tacitly acknowledged that the Southern Transitional Council had some kind of toehold or grip on the island and that its forces could be there. But I would like to see some serious, transparent polling done on Socotra for what the Socotrans themselves want. Now, what I don't think we can believe is the story peddled by both of the main parties in the coalition that they are on Socotra in order to conduct development operations for Yemen. And that was the idea when they negotiated their truce in 2018. Frankly, to launch some kind of development operation from an island which is 380 kilometres off the main coast of Yemen, when most of those areas that now need investment and development are 1,000 kilometres away in the north of Yemen, is not credible.
I'm running out of time, but I do just want to ask you, you are an expert in Arabic and Islamic studies at Oxford University. Is there any chance that the UAE might have some good, benign attitudes towards Socotra, or is Socotra Island, or is the UAE simply using it as another tool in their arsenal?
It's far from me to say what is in the UAE's mind. I keep an open mind. I can't see how this will benefit the Socotran people themselves unless it comes with a really transparent, open mechanism for choosing what they want for their future. And this kind of democracy isn't really a UAE forte. And what concerns me now is, will there be knock-on effects in the rest of Yemen? We've already seen, since Saturday's takeover, we've already seen 2 STC rallies in Al-Mahra, in the far east of Yemen. And we've seen protests this morning in Mukalla, in Hadramaut. So It could be that this is part of now a domino effect where they try to topple other areas of the South. This flies in the face of all of the UN's efforts to engage the warring sides in peace consultations.
Well, I want to thank all our guests. We are unfortunately out of time.